You're 23 years old. You look at your bank account and see $966. Your friends are planning another party weekend that'll cost around $230. Your old car is making weird noises. You still live with your parents, and you just saw an influencer your age on Instagram posing in front of a Porsche. For days, one question won't leave your head. Can you become a millionaire before 30 without selling your soul, scamming anyone, or getting lucky? 1. The beginning of the change. You start looking for answers online. Videos, posts, podcasts, and one idea keeps showing up again and again. Compound interest. One night, you open a compound interest calculator and start playing with the numbers. If you invest $570 a month starting at 23 with an 8% annual return, you'd hit 1 million around age 58. 58. That feels way too far away. So you try $855 a month. The million shows up around age 52. Still too late. And with your $1,480 salary, you can't invest much more than that anyway. That's when it hits you. If you want to build wealth fast, investing alone won't be enough. You need to earn more, a lot more. So you keep searching. YouTube throws every make money idea at you. Drop shipping, trading, online courses, e-commerce. 3 hours later, you have 11 tabs open, a spreadsheet full of ideas, and no real answer. Then one video stops you. Stop looking for the perfect business model. Find a real problem people are willing to pay to solve, and solve it. That simple. You start writing down problems people might have. You cross out ideas, write new ones, cross those out too. Nothing feels right. If anything, you feel even more lost. 2. The first steps. Then a motivational video pops up. Normally you'd ignore it, but this one hits a little too close to home. You realize you can't keep waiting for the perfect idea. Even if you don't have a business yet, there's one thing you can do right now. Invest. You read about index funds, automatic transfers, and letting time do its job. You don't understand everything, but you understand enough to start. So you open your app and set up an automatic transfer, $855 on the first day of every month into an index fund account. With a $1,480 salary, that hurts. It leaves you with about $625 for everything else. But you hit confirm before fear talks you out of it. Done. Your friends think you're crazy. We're supposed to enjoy our youth. What's the point of money if you don't spend it? You don't argue, you just smile and stick to the plan. A few weeks later, at a family lunch, someone complains about a small everyday problem. Everyone else forgets the comment in 5 minutes. But you don't. Because something clicks. I know how to solve that. And some people would probably pay for it. That night, you create profiles on freelance platforms. You overthink the description. You overthink the price. Charge too little, and maybe you get clients faster. Charge too much, and maybe nobody takes you seriously. Eventually, you pick a number. You don't know if it's the right one, but it's a number. You publish the listing and wait. 3. The moment of truth. 1 week goes by. Nothing. You check your profile several times a day. You change the photo, rewrite the description, adjust a few words, and wait again. Another 2 weeks. Still nothing. You start thinking maybe the idea wasn't that good. Maybe freelancing works for other people, but not for you. Maybe the problem you found wasn't really a problem. Then the first client arrives. A small one. The job is nothing impressive. It pays very little, but it pays. You do the best work you can. You deliver earlier than promised. You ask for feedback. The review is good. You read it again and again. It doesn't say much, but it proves something huge. Someone in the real world paid for something you made. The problem was real. The solution worked. Then another client comes. And another. You work after your regular job, late at night, and on weekends. At first, the money is tiny, but reviews bring more clients. More clients give you confidence to raise your prices. And once you raise your prices, better clients start showing up. Little by little, the system starts working. 4. The next level. You're 24 years old, and you have $10,630 invested. Between your job and your services, You're now bringing in about $1,940 a month, enough to take the next step. First, you raise your automatic investment from $855 to $1,310 a month. It still hurts, but now it's not only coming from your salary, it's also coming from what you're building on your own. Second, you stop doing every task yourself. You hire another freelancer to help with the work. You pay them less than what you charge the client, and you keep the margin. At first, managing someone feels strange. You make mistakes. Some work needs too much reviewing. A few projects have to be fixed by you personally. But you learn, and slowly, the system improves. With the time you get back, you build a simple website. It's not beautiful, but it works. You create social media accounts and start posting content around the service you offer. The first posts get 4 views, and they're probably all yours. You feel discouraged for a moment. Then you keep going. 5. The point of no return. You're 25 years old, you've accumulated $27,780 in investments. You're earning around $2,965 a month. Clients keep coming. Your website starts showing up in search results. Your social media content grows slowly, but some followers become clients, and some recommend you to other people. You raise your prices. People still pay. Then comes the step you've been putting off because it feels serious. You create a real company, an LLC. You hire 2 people on fixed monthly salaries. You're no longer just a freelancer with help. You're running something that looks like a real business. And then you make the scariest decision so far. You quit your job. It isn't impulsive. You've been checking the numbers for weeks, and they say you can do it. The hours you used to give to a boss are worth more when you put them into your own business. But you still live with your parents. You still keep only $625 a month for yourself. Everything else goes into the business or into investments. Now you invest $1,940 a month into the index fund. 6. The temptation to drift. You're 26 years old. You've been doing this for 3 years. Your invested money now adds up to $111,795. But you're still living on $625 a month while your friends travel to Thailand, buy motorcycles, and wear designer clothes. You start feeling weird. Maybe you're cheap. Maybe you're wasting your youth. One night, you go out with your friends. They order another round of drinks at $14 each. You order water. They look at you like something is wrong. One of them says, "Are you really that broke?" You smile and say nothing. They don't know you have more net worth than any of them. The temptation is huge. Tell them the truth. Prove you're not poor. Spend a little just to fit in. But you stay quiet, because you know a millionaire doesn't need anyone's validation. You repeat to yourself, "I'm living on the bare minimum today so I can live like a millionaire for the rest of my life." That year, your business takes off. Clients stop arriving one by one. They come in waves. You have a waiting list. Your prices keep going up. You hire more people. The numbers in your spreadsheet start looking unreal. After expenses, salaries, and taxes, you're personally bringing in more than $22,800 a month. $22,800 a month? And you're still living with your parents, driving the same old car that makes weird noises. Some nights, you open your bank account and realize you could buy a new car tomorrow. You could move into a nice apartment. You could say yes to every weekend plan. But the plan is clear. You know how much you need. You know when you'll let off the brakes, so you keep going. 7. The day you make it. You're 29 years old. You look at your phone screen, and for a second, you can't process the number. $1,362,136. You read it twice, then a third time. You think about the 2-3-year-old who sat down with a compound interest calculator and saw that 1 million wouldn't arrive until age 58. 6 years have passed. You did it. You became a millionaire before 30. Your business now gives you stable income of more than $34,200 a month. You have a team that works. For months, you've been looking for the right person to run the company day to day. Someone you trust, someone who treats it like their own. You find that person. You make an offer, they accept. And for the first time in 6 years, your time belongs to you again. You don't have to be anywhere at any specific hour. You don't have to answer every message. You don't have to justify anything to a boss, because for the last 4 years, the only boss was you. And now even that role has been delegated. You stop by the office when you feel like it. Sometimes twice a week. Sometimes not at all. The business keeps running, and with more than $1 million invested, your life is set. You no longer have to worry about money. Not in the same way. What you've built, if managed well, can support you for the rest of your life. You could retire now. You probably won't. But you could. You decide to keep investing $5,700 a month. The rest you'll enjoy because you earned it. Even if the business slowed down tomorrow, what you already have is enough to live comfortably. Out of curiosity, you run the numbers again. If you keep investing $5,700 a month until age 58, you could end up with about $21.5 million. And you laugh. Not because of the money, but because of how absurd it feels. Once, reaching $1 million felt almost impossible. Now, reaching more than $20 million almost feels easy. Then you look up from the screen and come back to the present. You don't have to live on $625 a month anymore. Now you can travel somewhere you've wanted to visit for years without checking flight prices first. You can move into your own place without calculating every dollar. You can take your parents to a nice restaurant and pay without thinking twice. You can buy your mother something she's wanted for years but never bought for herself. That was the real luxury. Not having to calculate. Not having to choose between what you want and what you can afford. That's what 6 years of discipline bought you. Freedom. Now at just 29 years old, with your whole life ahead of you, you are completely free. Comment how much money you plan to make in the next few years, so we can support each other. Thank you for your time, truly. Remember to like and subscribe so you don't miss our next videos. This is only the beginning. Wishing you a lot of success.